What's going on, guys? Welcome back to GSM for GM here in WWE 2K25 MyGM Mode, Season 4, Episode 28. I'm Graham GSM Matthews. Hope you guys are doing well. We are quickly closing in on our Backlash Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. It is not Backlash this year. It is Hell in a Cell. I don't know why I said Backlash, but it's basically Backlash. It's our first pay-per-view coming off of WrestleMania 2007. We got a pretty stacked show on tap then and tonight, including Charlotte Flair taking on Giulia for the first time ever one-on-one, coming off of last week's star-studded tag team main event between Becky and Charlotte against Lita and Giulia. We're also going to see Tyrese Halliburton taking on Finn Balor. What a random fucking match, but Tyrese got squashed last week against Gunther, and he wants another shot at Gunther, this time with the United States Championship on the line. Maybe he'll get it if he can beat Finn Balor here tonight. We will soon see. Lita will take on Candice LeRae for the first time with Becky Lynch sitting in on commentary. Jacob Fatu responds to Jey Uso's challenge from last week to set up their match for next week's show here on SmackDown. Jada Parker addresses the WWE audience. Roman Reigns calls out AJ Styles before their match next week here on SmackDown. And then in the main event, we're running back once again, CM Punk and Gunther. They've had a number of clashes over the years with CM Punk as the WWE champion, Gunther as the Intercontinental champion. Gunther's beaten Punk. Punk has beaten Gunther. I think Punk is currently 2-1 against Gunther. I think Punk's beaten him twice. Gunther beat him with the Intercontinental Championship on the line. I think last year or the year before on SmackDown, they're going to be going one-on-one in a champion versus champion main event here tonight before Punk faces Rollins at Hell in a Cell coming up in a few weeks. So that is our show. I think the show logistics and everything is all set. We did purchase the fixed match option that we proceeded to use for tonight's show. I think we're good, though. I think we're good to get into it. We are in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma tonight. We can confirm booking. Oh, let me just double check real quick before we get going. We will watch, well, there's only one match we can watch, and that's Charlotte and Giulia. I think we're going to be watching a lot of women's matches here on the show over the next few weeks. I really want to watch next week's number one contenders match between Giulia, Charlotte, and Lita. Although, I don't know, maybe we'll watch Roman Reigns and AJ Styles instead. I kind of want to watch that match. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what match we're going to be watching. Maybe Finn Balor and, or rather Gunther and Tyrese for the U.S. Championship if that happens. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure yet what match we're going to be watching. We will soon find out. So regardless, let's confirm booking here. Okay. And like I said, we will watch Charlotte and Giulia here tonight. Spectate, of course. All right, let's get into it. Giulia, brand new to sight set on that WWE Women's Championship, and she, in her own right, feels that she is owed a shot at the United States Championship. Giulia beat Becky Lynch in the post-WrestleMania, earning her a future shot, but leaks that ended in a draw. Charlotte fell first, and then as well, she got hurt and is back and is looking for a shot at the championship, in addition to Giulia and Lita. And there's only one way we can settle this, in a triple threat match to determine the number one contender. And as I've said before, you could do a four-way at the pay-per-view for the championship, and honestly, that'd be an amazing four-way. Maybe we could still do a four-way at the next pay-per-view. The only reason I don't want to do that now is because Becky Lynch has been champion for so fucking long. Becky has been champion for over 2 years at this point. It would be ridiculous for Becky to lose that championship in a four-way. I know Toni Storm just lost her championship in AEW in real life in a four-way, but she was pinned in that four-way, and she'd only been champion for like 7 months. 6-7 months. So I would not want to do that here. It's a much longer run. Giulia, quick one count on Charlotte, kicks out at 1. I would not want to have that happen here in the game where Becky Lynch loses with fucking Giulia pinning Lita or whatever, so we'll find out Becky's opponent for Hell in a Cell coming up next week here on SmackDown. I don't know if we'll watch that triple threat. We've watched the women's matches the last couple of weeks. I probably won't, for the sole reason that we're also going to be watching Becky versus whoever at the pay-per-view. And we've watched a lot of, triple threats here on the show before, so very likely we will watch Roman and AJ Styles. I think next week's card is shaping up to look like the triple threat number one contenders match for the WWE Women's title between Charlotte, Giulia, and Lita. Jacob Fatu versus Jey Uso. We might end up watching Jacob Fatu and Jey Uso. I guess we'll see. We even done Roman and AJ here in the game, but that's Jacob Fatu's debut, so I kind of want to watch that match. So we're going to be doing Jacob Fatu versus Jey Uso, the triple threat. Oh, moonsault from Charlotte, and she connects. Roman Reigns and AJ Styles, Aleister Black and Finn Balor. And most likely Tyrese Halliburton versus Gunther one-on-one. Quick 2 count. Kick out at 2 from Giulia, the newcomer here on SmackDown. Here comes the natural selection, and she connects. Giulia's got to get back into this if she wants to pick up the victory. She is currently 1-0 here on SmackDown, but Charlotte says, screw it, I want the pin. 2, and she gets it with a quick win over the newcomer. Giulia eats her first loss in singles competition on SmackDown. Quick squash win for Charlotte, I guess. She is riding a wave of momentum going into next week. She feels she is owed the next shot at that WWE Women's Championship.
But in the end, tonight just wasn't her night.
Okay, I guess Giulia, just like that, just gets discarded by Charlotte. A disappointing match indeed. I mean, I was expecting a little bit more than that. All right, whatever, I guess. New feud between the two. Okay, maybe we can go back to that coming out of the pay-per-view. Fatu calls out Jay. He already, Finn Balor beats Tyrese. Okay, well, Finn Balor wins, so I don't know if... Maybe we'll do Tyrese and Gunther again next week. We'll see. Maybe we won't. I'm not exactly sure yet, but I'm thinking we might. And if we do, the championship would not be on the line. But we'll see. We'll see. Jada Parker popularity up 1. Lita and Candice. Gonna run it back here. Lita pinning Candice as she should. And new feud between Lynch and LeRae. Interesting. Okay. Roman and AJ, their feud grows. Love to see it. And then the main event, CM Punk and Gunther. Champion versus champion. Who goes over? Gunther beats the WWE champion. I believe bringing the record up to 2-2. Gunther beats Punk. Their record is now 2-2. Gunther's now beaten Punk twice. Punk has beaten Gunther twice, including by countout one time. Or DQ or whatever it was a number of years ago. All right, big win for Gunther with an assist from Seth Rollins. We'll simulate that show. Not exactly a strong show for SmackDown. Our first 2 matches were not great ratings-wise, but we did make $111,000, so that's not a bad weekend if you can get it. All right, Nick Aldis and William Regal, number 1, number 2. Fuck you, Nick Aldis, but I think we're doing decently well, if I do say so myself. We're in Pittsburgh here tonight. AJ said, sorry about the suspension, boss. I've been at a pretty low ebb. I'm hoping I can get that all behind me now, though. I don't want to terminate his contract. I'm not fucking doing that. Just tell him to show some moderate behavior. And I'll do my best, he says. Terry says, listen, I need to wipe that smug smile off of Finn's face after that loss. I want to fight him within the next 2 weeks. I mean, maybe, but we're not doing that this week. I don't really want to run that back, to be honest. I'm going to say no to that because he already lost him. Like, I think I'm going to do Gunther and Tyrese tonight. I'm not doing that. He's not feuding with Finn, so I'm not doing that. Tyrese's contract is up in 3 weeks at the end of week 6. So we're not using him on the pay-per-view. So really his last week is in 2 weeks on SmackDown. Honestly, we might as well just do him and Gunther tonight. Because if he beats Gunther, then it's over. Or no, if he loses to Gunther, then it's over. So let's do him and Gunther here. Let's do Finn Balor and Aleister Black here. All right, perfect. Let's do let's do Jacob Fatu and Jey Uso here. Jacob Fatu and Jay, as I mentioned. We'll do Roman and AJ in the main event. And we will do, where's the other match? Triple threat, right? Triple threat for the #1 contendership to the WWE Women's Championship. We'll have Charlotte in there, Lita, and Giulia. Boom. All right, so we'll do a self-promo here for Becky Lynch. We'll do a call-out. Seth Rollins calls out CM Punk. We'll do CM Punk calling out Seth Rollins. Where's Seth Rollins? There we go. Boom. We'll do a self-promo for... He's still fucking out. I forgot about that. Let's do Candice calling out Becky. Or what did we last do with Jimmy Uso? Roman beat the shit out of him. I forgot about that. Yeah, so let's... we were going to watch Roman and... we were not going to watch Roman and AJ. We're going to watch Jay and Jacob next week. All right, so let's have Jimmy Uso get involved here and go after AJ. Proving that Jimmy is still on Roman's side despite beating Roman 2 weeks ago and getting the shit kicked out of him. I like that. Let's do a self-promo for Becky here and then have Candice call her out, feeling that Becky cost her the win last week here on the show. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. Candice wants a piece of Becky Lynch after Becky got involved and she felt her presence at ringside for last week's match with Lita cost her the victory. So Candice calls out Becky Lynch for a future matchup potentially, but we'll find out Becky Lynch's future opponent, or Hell in a Cell opponent, not inside Hell in a Cell, but at Hell in a Cell, for the WWE Women's Championship in this triple threat match. We will be watching this match on next week's episode, Jacob Fatu versus Jey Uso. Looking forward to that one. Gunta and Tyrese Halliburton going 1-on-1 non-title. If Tyrese can beat Gunther, though, he will he will earn a future opportunity at the United States Championship. But if he loses, it might be all over for him here on SmackDown. We're not using Tyrese at the pay-per-view. So we'll have to do that United States Championship match on SmackDown in 2 weeks. And that will be the end of his contract, actually. So we would have to re-sign him because I can't take the chance that he would fucking... I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll deal with it if we get to it. He might not even win here. If he loses here, then it's not even worth really worrying about. Aleister Black and Finn Balor go 1-on-1 for the first time here tonight, and Roman Reigns and AJ Styles, as I mentioned, with Jimmy Uso returning and helping Roman Reigns potentially win. We'll see. Maybe the interference backfires. But yeah, that's our show. Let's check out show logistics real quick. Or not show logistics, power cards. Nothing really to use. Bad timing, power of the punch. Yeah, well, we have to sign an immortal. And the immortal that we sign is free. So we'll use that soon because I think we get that immortal for the entire season. But we can check on that. We don't need them. Whoever that immortal will be, we don't need them right now. So I will not look into it this week. But maybe next week, we'll see. But yeah, it's a pretty stacked show for next week. A pretty stacked go-home show. I'm really looking forward to this one. This should be a great show. And then it's on to Hell in a Cell the week after that. So until next time, folks, have an awesome one. I'm Graham Giulia Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.